Dr. Shannon, talk to us about teeth grinding and how good or bad it is, and what can a dentist do for it? What can anybody do for it?
Well, so many people grind their teeth because it really is a way of releasing stress, that you've accumulated during the day at night when you're relaxing. And boy, a tremendous number of people do it. And it's something that can easily be helped. But grinding, you can't eliminate grinding because, as I said, it's a release of stress. But what you can do is you can protect your teeth from this process. Especially if you have a lot of old fillings. A lot of us have these old metal fillings in there. We haven't replaced them over the years. Your teeth feel good and you're not doing anything about it. And those big metal fillings, when you're grinding your teeth, they act as a wedge and they can crack teeth. And I see more cracked teeth because of grinding at night than any other thing, except for a stale Halloween candy once a year. I get that a lot. But other than that, it's just basically from grinding at night. And a simple soft appliance in there that acts as a shock absorber will allow you to continue grinding your teeth, but at the same time will protect your teeth from those really heavy-duty forces. It's no different than a car, a car goes over a bump, and if you have no shocks or poor shocks in them, your teeth bounce, your head bounces, the whole car feels like it's ready to take off. But if you have nice shock absorbers in there and you bang into a pothole on one of our beautiful Los Angeles streets after a winter rain, you get a nice a cushion there. You don't feel like you're doing any damage. And it's the same thing with this appliance. And it's very easy to tell if a person grinds their teeth. We can see these wearing marks that are on the teeth. We know where to look for them. It's very simple. Once we point it out to you and you see them, you say, "Wow, yeah, I see what you mean. I do grind my teeth." And then we make this soft appliance, and the problem is solved. And it's a great situation. It's very similar to if playing sports. We make sports appliances, and they actually come in different grades. A soft or a light, a medium, and a heavy. So the heavy-duty ones are for the guys that play ice hockey, for the guys that do kickboxing and things like that, because the impact that they receive is really tremendous. But for somebody who is doing something less than that, maybe they're just playing, say, baseball. There's not a lot of contact, but you want to have something in case there is contact at one of the bases or something, then you wear a lighter one, and that'll protect that type of contact. So there's a correlation with that also with children and adults when they're exercising or playing sports. It's a good idea to protect their teeth with a shock absorber. With a sports night guard that we make, and it's very similar to our night guards. And again, we call them night guards, but actually, for grinding, because people grind their teeth at night. And there's lots of different appliances out there, but you really don't want to have a big, heavy, bulky thing that, you just feel like you're strapping yourself in for a trip to the moon before you go to bed. We make these very soft, pliable ones that are a very strong vinyl material. You put them in over your bottom teeth so you can still talk with it in, It seems like when I'm ready to go to sleep, that's when my wife wants to talk to me and ask me all these questions 5 minutes before I'm going to bed. So I put my little grinding appliance in there that I wear, and she starts asking me questions. Well, with that appliance in there, you can still talk because it's not bulky, so it's kind of nice. And it also helps my snoring, so I get a little help with that.
Wonderful. So basically, there are. Let me just fast summarize. There are several type of appliances you dentists make. So one is for grinding the teeth, which you just talked, and for protecting your teeth when you do sports, maybe even skiing or snowboarding, just in case you hit. My wife, she doesn't ski because when she first went on the ski slope, way before she knew me, which, she shouldn't have done so, I would have taught her better, she knocked out 3 or 4 of her teeth. So now you just can't get her on it anymore on that ski slope, right? But anyway,
sure.
So sports, so there's the sports appliance, which comes in heavy and medium and whatever and soft type of way, depends on which sports you play. The grinding appliance. Right. Then there's obviously the appliance for the sleep apnea so that you can actually get, breathe, which we talked about. Yeah?
Right, that's correct, that's right.
Yeah, let's just say the grinding one and the sleep apnea one, can they work together? Can they be one and the same or so?
Yeah, see, what happened with me, I needed something for grinding, and then once I realized I had sleep apnea and I didn't want to use all that heavy equipment that the doctors wanted to strap me in with, then I just incorporated my appliance that I wear for snoring. I incorporated in the concept of grinding my teeth. So one appliance takes care of both problems.
Beautiful.
Which is, yeah, it's easy.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I think, people are underusing the sport appliance a little bit. Kids out there playing, doing things, put it on, boxers and stuff do it. They think nothing of putting it in. Go skiing, go basketball playing, do, whatever it may be. It's so much better than damaging your tooth,
Oh, there's nothing worse than having a 12-year-old boy come into the practice. He's got one of those trick bicycles. I mean, I remember that when my kids were younger. I used to really be nervous about that type of thing, but you don't want to tell them not to do things, but they go up on one wheel and then there was the skateboard stuff. But I mean, I've had kids come in the office where they've just been playing on swing sets, in those monkey bar things and climbing, and they've fallen down and they've hit on a bar and they've split the tooth off at the gum. And I know if they were wearing something that it would have absorbed that shock better and they would have had a better chance. I can't say that they wouldn't have broken their tooth. When you land on a tooth and you're hitting a metal bar, I mean, I don't know exactly what's going to happen with that, but that's when they come in. And then after we fix it, and then after we do all this stuff, and they're going to spend their whole lives trying to match up their front tooth, because as you get older, your teeth shapes change and the gum changes and the color of the teeth, everything changes. So you're going to constantly be changing teeth every, 5-7 years, whatever. And that's when the parent says, do we think I can get a mouth thing for him? Because he's always playing roller hockey with his friends on the street, and they don't wear helmets, because it's not a team. So when it's not a team, the coach, there's no laws that say they have to wear it to go out. So they're on the street and they don't wear it, or they're on a skateboard and they're going through these tunnels and all these different jumps and everything, and they don't wear a helmet or they're not protected. And it's like now they ask me, it's too late now, It's never too late, but I mean, they already broke something. It's really a shame, So, yeah, I recommend the kids they're wild today. There's lots of excitement to do out there, and there's lots of things that they want to try. And if you have a kid that's like that, you can't hold him back. When you're not around, he's still going to do it. So it's better to have him protected as much as you can. Helmets and guards and pads and certainly a sports guard for their mouths.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thanks a lot, Dr. Shannon.
You're welcome.